Hello, this is SJ Thompson Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please and thank you. Beautiful day up here in Michigan. Um, it is July 10th, 2023. Um, I see the Supreme Court just passed the bill um, eliminating affirmative action in considering college admissions. I don't think they did away with affirmative action altogether. I think they just did it at the college level, eliminating it. It won't be, in other words, it won't be a consideration anymore. When minorities apply for college, it won't be a consideration. Race will not be a consideration no more. They eliminated affirmative action as a prerequisite for college admissions. That's what they did. That's what I want to talk about. They're slowly trying to turn back the clock, guys. If you're a black person, you need to wake up. They're slowly trying to turn back the clock. First of all, they took CRT out of the schools, critical race theory out of the schools. They don't want our history to be taught in schools anymore. They took that out. Now they're trying to roll back affirmative action. And it won't be long before they roll it back, they take it away altogether. Of course, white women were more, as far as employers are concerned, white females benefit more from affirmative action than black people. I don't know if you guys knew that. A lot of people know that. White females benefit more from affirmative action than black people, because white females are still considered minorities. They consider white females minorities. So if an employer hires X amount of white women, let's say, hypothetically speaking, they hire 10 white women and 2 black women. They filled the quota. You see how that works? There is no affirmative action police. There's no affirmative action police. There's nobody coming to these employers and making sure that they're hiring a certain amount of minorities. But yeah, white people don't realize that. White females benefit more from affirmative action in the workplace than anybody else, because they just hire so many white females that they fill the quota. But as far as college admissions is concerned, it's not going to be race is not going to be a consideration, and or the college is not going to be required to have a certain amount of minorities. They're not going to be required to enroll a certain amount of minorities. That's a problem, because I'm going to tell you why it's a problem. Now at universities, at the large universities, they're probably going to still maintain a certain amount of diversity anyways, because of the fact there are universities. They're going to maintain a certain amount of diversity. But when we're talking about predominantly white colleges, smaller colleges, predominantly white, small colleges, institutions of higher learning. That's where we're going to run into a problem, because there was already a lot of discrimination. There was already a lot of, if you Google stuff, if you go on Google and you Just type in discrimination at colleges, not universities, but colleges. See what pops up. See what'll come up. Over the years, I've heard lots of discrimination going on at colleges. A lot of black people having to endure lots of discrimination at these colleges, at these predominantly white colleges. And you get your colleges like Harvard, some of your more well-known ones, Harvard and Princeton, some of your more well-known. Is Princeton a university or college? No, Princeton is a university, I believe. But some of your well-known colleges, predominantly white colleges, that's where we're going to run into a problem, because they're already kind of racist. Black people already have to endure a lot of discrimination at those colleges. So because with affirmative action being taken away, being taken off the table, they're not going to feel obligated to enroll a certain amount of minorities. Not just black people, but any other minorities. They'll probably be getting Asian people in there, because they're more partial. They're more partial to Asians than they are black people. So that's where we're going to run into a problem at your predominantly white colleges. The universities are going to, I don't think we're going to have a problem at the universities. The universities are going to still maintain, I believe that the universities are still going to maintain a certain amount of diversity, because of the fact there are universities and they're really big. Like here in Michigan, we got Michigan State University. We got two major ones here in Michigan. We got Michigan State University and we have the University of Michigan. We have Western Michigan University. But Michigan, the University of Michigan and Michigan State are probably the two biggest universities in Michigan. And then some of your UCLA, SC, some of your really, really big universities throughout the country, we're probably not going to have a problem, because they're gonna automatically maintain a certain amount of diversity because of the fact that it is a university. They have to tend to be a little bit more open-minded at universities. But where we're going to run into a problem is at the colleges, because black people have to endure a lot of racism and discrimination at the colleges anyway. At a lot of those colleges. Just do a Google search and you see what I'm talking about. I've heard a lot of cases over the years where black people have had to endure a certain amount of racism at predominantly white colleges. That's where we're going to run into a problem. They're not going to be taking in a lot of blacks now that affirmative action is off the table. So we're still dealing with a lot of systematic racism. I do believe that affirmative action is still needed, because you still got a lot of systematic racism. They want to level the playing field and want students to come in at their own merits. That would be perfectly fine if we wasn't living in a racist society. If we was living in a post-racial society, that wouldn't be a problem. Matter of fact, I'd be 100% for that if we lived in a post-racial society, American society. But the problem is we're not living in a post-racial American society. We're still dealing with a lot of systematic racism. And now they're trying to slowly turn back the clock. Down south, they're trying to bring back Jim Crow. They're telling blacks to stay out of Florida. They don't want CRT to be taught in the schools. They're taking that away. Our history to be taught in the schools. They're taking that away. Now they want to take away affirmative action at the college level. Pretty soon they're going to be taking it away from the employment level as well. Which, employers never really went by that anyway. Employers, they've always hired who they wanted to hire anyway. They really, to be perfectly honest, in my opinion, employers never really, like I said, there is no affirmative action police. They pretty much always hired who they want to hire anyway. So that if they take it away at the employment level, well, it's not going to be any different than any other time. They're going to still hire who they want to hire. It might be more of an issue at the corporate level because it's more power involved. There's more power involved at the corporate level. That might be more of an issue, but look, stay tuned. They're going to roll that back too. You mark my words, they're going to roll that back too. It's only going to be a matter of time before they roll that back to affirmative action at the employment level. They're going to roll that back too. If you're a black person living in America, you better wake up. They're trying to turn back the clock. But we so busy hating on each other, we can't see the forest for the trees. A lot of black people walking around sleep. Better pay attention. They slowly trying to roll back that clock. Pretty soon, they're going to be trying to bring slavery back. Over my dead body. Over my dead body. I'm too broke down to be trying to be somebody's slave. You're going to have to shoot me first. Okay. Hit me up in that comment section though. Let me know what you think about this affirmative action decision concerning the colleges and universities. Let me know what you guys think about that. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Sound off in the comment section. They're trying to roll the clock back. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so every time I do a video, you will be notified. And thanks for watching. And till the next video, you guys be blessed.